check our Jimmy Dean telemetry, and we see what Mike Skinner's doing as far as miles per hour and RPM. And just watch as he touches the brakes going in the corner, trying to set the car, get it able to turn down the front circle. 82, 83, 84, 85, 8,600 RPM. There, that brake just touching it so that they slow the car down enough it turns easily and gets going the other direction. That's one of the toughest things in these long corner racetracks is you got to get the car in the corner and turn and go in the other direction. And that's what they're using the brakes for. What's your miles per hour this time as it goes down the front stretch? 180, 184, 7, 8, 9, 190, 192, 3, 197 miles an hour. If it had a speedometer, he'd quit.
And Benny, we're not seeing the high amount of RPM, the 8,900s to 9,000s, because here at Atlanta, they take gear out, keep the RPM down a little bit, but it keeps the mile an hour up. The momentum, the longer they run, the faster they get.
Here's a Super 8 serial scoring on Bobby Labonte, who currently is in second position, having started 22nd. And he is now about 6 seconds behind the leader of the race, Mike Skinner. Coming up on Matt Kenseth, who has fallen now 2 laps down in 29th spot.
As Bill Weber told you, Kenseth ran out of fuel in the last pit stop. Had to coast down pit road, have trouble getting it started. There's a third place car. And right now, Jeff Gordon, folks, is 8.5 seconds behind the leader, Mike Skinner, as he goes by. And Jeff Gordon puts a lap on Dale Jarrett.
Jarrett is in 19th position. There is the 4th place car, the number 3 of Dale Earnhardt, passing by Rick. Oh, wow, big wiggle there from Earnhardt.
Tell you one thing, he's very, very lucky that he did not make contact with Rick Mast. That was awfully close to disaster for Earnhardt in the 3 car.
Bill Weber is with Jerry Nadeau, who had a great run for a while.
And all I can say is I imagine you're crushed. That had to be a great day going for you there.
Man, I was pretty excited. Car was running superb. I mean, we laid back in the beginning of the race. I noticed a lot of cars were sliding around. Our car was just hooked up on the bottom. We got in the lead. I mean, I hate it more for the guys. I know I can make it up towards the end of the year, and I'm sure we're going to have some good races, and we may win some races this year. This is a winning race team. We just got caught with bad luck.
What happened?
Motor just disintegrated. We were actually coming in to pit, put 4 tires on, make a few changes to the car. Car got really tight. And we knew we had a fast race car. We were just biding our time. We kept the leader in sight within the straightaway. And we didn't turn 1, and the thing just blew apart. I mean, it's too bad. The guys worked hard.
See you next Sunday.
Thanks.
High hopes, but broken hearts for the 25 bunch.
Continuing to pan back here, there's the number 2 car of Rusty Wallace, currently in 6th spot.
And started back in 30th, so Rusty Wallace has got a terrific run going today. The Miller Lite Ford.
2-time winner here in Atlanta, last in November of '93.
You see all these cars at the very top. Now, right when this race started, all the cars were on the bottom of the racetrack. Now they're on top. And these crews have to really stay on top of the chassis adjustments as the day goes on. Is that?
Well, Vinny, again, going back to the experienced guys know that as this racetrack goes on, it gets tighter and tighter, and that upper groove comes in. If you set your car up to run in the upper groove, you will be faster at the end of the race. You suffer a little bit in the beginning or in the beginning of a tire run. In the beginning of a tire run, a lot of guys can run the bottom, and you lose a little bit of time. But as the run goes on and everybody starts to move up, the guys that are set up for the top are faster.
Nearing the halfway point of this race. Mike Skinner continues to lead. There is Rusty Wallace once again, who's running 6th. But he is running about 20 seconds behind the leader. Here's Ward Burton, who was running up in the top 10, now relinquishing that to come in for a pit stop. Jerry is right there.
And this would be an unscheduled pit stop, guys. They actually could have just in the same sequence everyone did about 20 laps ago. The problem was they did not get it completely full of fuel. with getting the fuel in the car, so they're going to come back in. He put 2 right side tires down left side in order to get completely full of fuel. So it's an unscheduled stop for Ward Burton. He came up and handed me a note a moment ago and said, didn't get gas in, going to have to come back in, so they decided to go ahead and put 4 tires on. He is down and away.
Almost a 19-second pit stop for Ward Burton. Mike Skinner so far has led 106 of the 162 laps in this race, looking for his first NASCAR Winston Cup win. About 6 seconds behind is Bobby Labonte, and 8.5 seconds behind third place Jeff Gordon. ABC's coverage of the Cracker Barrel 500 from Atlanta Motor Speedway will continue in just a moment.
Ray, they said that Matt Kenseth had a water pressure problem. What's that?
Sometimes I think Roush runs a water pressure gauge in his car because you can't tell sometimes by the temperature. Temperature would stay cool if you were losing water, but he's got some kind of a pressure deal to say whether or not that thing's out of water.
Never heard of that. Again, I've never heard of that.
17 car, the water temp they say was up to 275.
Water temperature, okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. They were saying pressure.
And
Okay.
now it's down to 217 to 225.
All right, that's good.
Jack, they had some kind of a light or something that when that car was low on water, it would come on. Allen had the same thing in '92, and I think that's maybe where Mark got that from. About halfway through a run, Gordon sets sail.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He just needs a little bit of track position.
Okay.
Might show a speed at the line.
Oh, okay.
Keep looking.
Traffic.
Lynn, why don't I give you these? I'm going to get all confused. I should say more confused than I already am. Good thinking, Neil. Good catch. Please. Back at Atlanta, where we have gone past the halfway mark, and Mike Skinner continues to lead this race. He's led 112 laps so far, about 5 seconds ahead of second place Bobby Labonte. Jeff Gordon third, Dale Earnhardt fourth, and Rusty Wallace is running in fifth spot.
And there we see Tony Stewart, Home Depot car, about to go a lap down to the Lowe's car. 11th position, so now just 10 cars in the lead lap. Ward Burton, the 22 car, as we told you just a moment ago, you saw, made an unscheduled pit stop. He must be a couple laps down. Now he is in 25th position.
Tony Stewart has raced here twice at Atlanta, finished 11th in this race last year and 15th in the fall race last November. There is Ted Musgrave subbing for the injured Jeffrey Bodine, and once again we want to send our best wishes to Jeffrey as he continues to recover from the injury suffered in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Daytona.